Like I'm in the car on the way home and I'm
Oh,
like, okay, I know this is going to be a conflict. I know this is going to be a fight. It's going to be a pain point.
she's going to say this, and I'm
And
going to say
yeah,
this.
when she says this, I'm going to respond this way.
Yeah.
And we call that in our book shadow boxing, is when you have a preconceived idea how things are going to go and learning to let that go. So that when she says something, I hear it for what she's meaning and not the implication I added to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what he found is he was walking in, or a person doing that could walk into an argument already mad about something that did not happen yet. And it's unfair to him because that's not his demeanor. If this is just an example, if it was him, that's not his normal demeanor. And it's not fair to me because maybe I would have said those things, but I need room to maybe change and grow beyond the things I used to do.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes, I don't know if I've ever fought through a fight beforehand, but oftentimes when the other person is speaking, we're formulating our arguments instead of really listening.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another problem.
And
What do you, I'm sorry, did you have something you wanted to say?
well, and I think that's what I was doing even prior to the fight, not just in the middle of it. I had already shut down the ability to listen by predetermining what her answers were, what my response was, how I was going to go through this conversation. And it was a very one-sided, like, I've got to win this. And the only way to do that is to shut her down.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I wonder if you had any debate experience in high school or college that made you good at.
Shut up.
I had a lot of debate experience with my friend.
So, what are some common mistakes that couples tend to make during conflict that maybe escalates things rather than brings healing or promotes healing?
There's so many things. I would say for me, the biggest is your responses, how you respond, because a lot of times we respond out of our emotions. Most of the time we respond out of our emotions, and emotions are temporary. And emotions are what's going on in that moment. And so a lot of times it's responding out of anger. You're yelling, you're putting the other person down, name calling, and all of that is a response of how you feel,
Mhm.
which again, I say is a temporary thing.
Yeah, we have a section in our book we call where we throw punches. And it's when you're in an argument and you make a point that really the only purpose of it is to wound the person. It's because you're frustrated either at the situation, which oftentimes is what you're frustrated at. It's not your spouse.
Mhm.
It's the situation that's going on in or around your home that involves both of you. You felt ill prepared for it. It wasn't what you were expecting to have to tackle in your marriage. But now you're here and we make our spouse the target instead of learning how to tackle it together. And throwing punches is when, man, I don't like what they're saying, even if it is right. And I make the statement, well, you're just like your mother, knowing, well, that's going to cause a wound in her, or you're just like whatever that statement is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. So personal attacks, wounding. So those are some common mistakes you've seen and experienced yourself in relationship. What do you think a couple can do to pause a fight when we talked about emotions are running high and without sweeping the issues under the rug?
How to pause a fight without sweeping the issues under the rug.
Mm.
It's learning you came from different cultures. I grew up in a very loud culture that was extremely confrontational, and a sign of commitment was staying in the argument. Where you grew up in,
you leave, before I say something that I don't mean, or just try to get away from the situation. So I was raised mostly by my grandma, and she would pack a bag, leave, and I wouldn't see her the next day. She went and got a hotel room or something.
Oh.
It was learning how to
understand each other's cultures and backgrounds. Because one of the first arguments we ever got in, when she disconnected, and all the disconnection was walking out of the house, going and sitting in the car, because I was at a place of passion and volume of trying to communicate, and I didn't feel like she was hearing me. So, hey, if you're not going to hear me,
I'll speak louder.
I'm going to get louder.
And that would shut me down because I've seen a lot of physical fighting in relationships that I looked at, that I was around.